Hey guys! So I've been planning this video for a long time and odds are you are watching this way after I'm filming it because right now I am bulk filming in prep for exam season. So as you may have guessed from the title and the thumbnail, I got all A stars at GCSE. I'm in year 12 right now doing A-levels and I thought it could be useful for you guys to just know a few of the things that I did to help me get all A stars. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is something that I can't do for you, and that is that you have to want to learn and you have to want to do well. I mean, I can't make you want to expand your knowledge and I can't make you attend school and get good attendance and I can't make you listen in lessons. That is something that you are just gonna have to do for yourself and you're gonna have to realise that that is what will get you grades at the end of the day. Okay, so that was a depressing tip. Second tip, now this tip is something that I think you guys are gonna want to hear, and that is don't work harder and don't work for longer, work smarter, okay? And so instead of spending 8 hours of non-stop revision, just pouring through books, reading the textbook, like come on, absorb the information, what I did at GCSE was I just spent like an hour or two, but in that hour or two I did proper revision. Like the kind of revision that in that 1 hour I probably did what some people were doing in 8 hours straight. The defining feature is though, is that in that hour I made sure that my phone was nowhere near me. It was on airplane mode, shoved under my duvets for all I cared. And you commit to being productive in that hour. You've planned before the hour everything that you're going to do in that hour. And for that time, you are in a distraction-free zone, just doing the work. And then use the rest of your time to do things like exercising, which are actually going to be really stimulating for your brain. And pick a good time to revise. So as much as you might think that it is the best idea in the world to stay up till 2 AM revising for the test the next day, don't do that. Go to bed early, go to bed at like 9 and instead get up at 5, and that is the time that your brain will absorb the most information and odds are you'll remember it and it will be fresh on the day that you've got the test, and that is how you can do a lot better. Okay, tip number 3, and I cannot stress this enough. I know it's kind of late in the year, so if you're in year 11 and you haven't been doing this as you go, then I'm sorry, there's not really much I can do. You need to understand as you go along. So in the lessons, I'm not saying you need to like learn it straight away because like that's stupid and no one does that, but you need to understand it in that moment. If it's a hard concept or something, get the teacher to come over and explain it to you. Don't do the whole, oh, I'll make sure I understand it at home, because unless you are going to do that, come exam time, you will have mounted up all these things that you say that you'll go over and understand, and it just doesn't work. When you revise, you want to be revisiting something that you once already understood. You don't want to have to be teaching yourself this thing for the first time. So whether you ask a friend, teacher, revision guide, anything, just make sure you understand what you have done on the day that you do it. Number 4, be honest about your weaknesses, because let's be honest, we all have them, and it's so easy to just focus on what you're good at and what you enjoy and leave the things that are really hard to the back of your mind to the day that you have the exam and you're just pretending that it's not coming up. It just won't work like that, I'm sorry. Be willing to like struggle. I mean, I'm so bad at this. I literally just avoid everything I'm bad at. Whatever you find hard, grab a textbook, read it over again and again, try a question just on that until you are consistently getting it right. Tip number 5, and I really like this tip, stay on top of things. Lists. Lists are your friend. Oh my god. As soon as you come home, if you know you have loads of homework, revision, tests coming up, grab a piece of scrap paper, basically write down everything that you've got to do and quickly rank them in order of priority. So if you've got a test the next day, put it as number 1. If you've got homework due for 3 days later, put it as number 3 or whatever. Just make sure you are prioritising and then nothing will end up mounting up and causing you stress on the day because you know everything that's going on. Also, this is a good way to plan your revision sessions, is to have specifically in mind what you are going to be doing in that session, like from time to time. I hate revision timetables, I loathe them. They just stress me out more than helping me. I prefer to just list everything and make sure I get it done just in my own time. As long as I do get it done, it's all good. Also, with your lists, don't overthink the work that you've written down. It's so easy to just focus on the fact that there are so many things on your list, but overthinking it is not doing it. So literally just crack down, start the work, okay? Tip number 6, I think? 6? I don't know. Marc Schemes and practice questions. You need to get them in your life, or I don't even know how you can like get a grade, because I know that if I hadn't done any practice questions for like science, I probably would have got a U in like everything. Especially for things like science. The Marc Schemes are basically just what comes up every single year. So if you learn the kind of questions that come up and the exact Marc Scheme phrases for them, you are almost guaranteed a load of marks in the exam. And it's such a pain doing Marc Schemes and practice questions, believe me. But if you want to do well, I'm sorry, it's just part of the process. It is part of why I did well. Try hard in coursework, that is another really good one. I managed to get full marks in a few of my coursework things, or like full UMS, which is the same thing, so that going into my exams, I knew that I had that as like a support line if everything just went wrong. Okay, look after yourself and be kind to your mind. This up here, this is the most powerful tool you will ever have in your entire life, okay? And you've got to look after it. I'm not saying like eat really strictly, healthily or whatever, just make sure you're fueling your body with like good nutrients and stuff. Make sure you are getting some exercise. Even like during exams, like once a week or something, go for a walk or a run or anything. Don't engage in like drama and like bitchiness and stuff during exam season, because that's just stressful on your mind. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Remind yourself that you are intelligent, that you are clever, and you are going to ace this, yeah? It's all about this. If you're in a positive state of mind, you will do well. That is just, it's just how it is. And my final tip kind of goes along with that. And that is, the sky is your limit when it comes to exam grades. If a teacher predicted you a B, why can't you get an A star? If you've been consistently getting U's, why can't you get a C? The only thing limiting you now is yourself, okay? Why do you need to conform to what your target grade is? You don't, yeah? Give up the habit of being busy and instead focus on being productive. I'm almost certain that you will do better in your GCSEs. And if you're watching this and you're doing A-levels or any similar qualification, it's all transferable, yeah? Whatever you want to get, you can 100% get it. In the future, I might do some like revision tips videos. This is just like a really general things I did to get my A stars. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not doing too well at school right now, just push through it, okay? Because it's all worth it in the end. Like, even if your GCSEs seem irrelevant right now, whether you like it or not, they will shape your career, the university you want to go to, the A-levels or courses that you can take. You just need to get them, yeah? I do quite a lot of mentoring with year 11s, so I feel like I'm somewhat qualified to give this advice. And I know it's hard, especially if you have things going on at home or whatever, just try your best, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I'm not trying to boast about the fact that I got all A stars, like, I just thought it would make these tips seem a bit more reliable. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with everything. Bye!